So let's open this box up and see what we have. CRT catalog. Some new decals. Alright, so this is the flex plate. But this one comes with a new SFI decal. Mine was expired. Nothing wrong with it. Is just as nice as this, and I didn't feel like sending it back and getting it recertified. So there's that low reverse band. Here's the front band. That's cool. A little magnet. Teflon seal kit. Here's the transmission blanket. Some cool stuff in here. That billet steel front planetary gear set. Dude, I can't wait to unwrap that. This is the rear. 4-pinion planetary set. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me set this down in here. Yeah, here we go. This is the, damn, this is badass. This is the roller bearing rear support. This is the, I don't know, what is that, the low reverse drum? Or the rear drum? It's got the roller bearing installed in it. And then there's a sleeve. It's the valve body, for sure. Wait a minute here. Oh, there's all kinds of good stuff. We'll set this on the ground. Look at that. John put a whole bunch of Tootsie Rolls in there. All you other old guys out there can relate to this. Back in the day, there used to be, for me, probably one of the first big mail order companies I remember. And it was called PAW. And they used to send out a giant catalog, like a big, thick phone book looking catalog. And in there they had everything. And you'd order engine parts and stuff from them. And everything would always show up with like some candy. It would always be like either some Tootsie Rolls or some lollipops or something like that. It'd always be some candy in all those old PAW orders. I don't know where kids, high school. All right, now I can't talk. All right, a bunch of fun stuff in here. First off, right here, Thanks, John. I love it. Here's the filter. Here are the pump gears. Install those the right way. Here's all the bushings that I need to install. Here is the brand new rear sprag. More Tootsie Rolls. Thanks, John. That's a gift here. Some transmission studs. A transmission pan stud kit. This is the one that has the big heavy duty retainer. Big spring. It's like Christmas. Here's all the front clutches. No. This can't be the front clutches. This have to be the rear clutches. That band strut. Here's that 4:2 ratio lever, and this is probably the coolest part of it all. This is the coolest valve body on the market today. Seriously, John has this valve body thing absolutely dialed. This is the vent cap. Looks like the bolts for the valve body, and a couple of O-rings in there. But this here, this is just amazing. This is John's billet valve body. It's pretty cool when he builds them for you. Put your name on them. Look at that. Custom built for Kevin Griffiths. I never had no custom built nothing. Look at how gorgeous this thing is. Serial number 761, and he built it December 17th, 2024, right after I ordered it. This is part number 219-374-0100, made in USA, coperacingtrans.com. Absolutely gorgeous. Uses that commonly available Power Glide solenoid. I think that's what I heard him refer to it as. Absolutely amazing. home? Mom's home.
Mom's home.
He's got a spot over there.
Oh, you got a warm spot? You got a nice honey.
How are you?
Fine. Home. I texted you. Hey.
It says I'm on my way home for our workout.
Here I am. Ready?
Alright, here's the thing. We need to mill this oil feed slot down 200 thousandths of an inch in the stator shaft. So I'm just going to make a quick little fixture, which all I'm going to do is drill a couple holes on this little sheet metal tool that I have, so that way I can bolt the stator to this piece of angle, and then I can bolt this to the mill. And then I can run over to Dave's and then just mill a quick slot in that down 200 thousandths, and we should be good. So that's 185 thousandths deep right now, that trough. Right here. So basically this groove is 185 thousandths from this surface to the bottom of the groove. And according to the modification drawing, we need to lower the bottom of the groove down 200 thousandths. So we're gonna go mill this down until we get a reading of 385 thousandths. Since it's a 185 now, yeah, right now it's 185 thousandths, and that dimension needs to be 385 thousandths, and that's going to allow more oil to come through this passage. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I just called Dave, and he said he's going to be at the shop in an hour. It's Saturday morning, so that's cool. I'm going to get this mess cleaned off the bench, and then get the case up here, and we're going to do 2 modifications to the case that we have to do before we put it together. 2 things that are mandatory. Probably don't even have to do that. And I just need you to focus onto this little area right here. I'm going to drill a little hole right there.
Okay.
And if you can just...
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Is it already on?
Yeah.
Do you need me to zoom in any more than I am?
As long as you can see this little spot right there.
Foster.
Okay, so my 3/8 pipe tap. I mean my 1/8 inch pipe tap. What was I saying? 3/8 pipe tap. Silly boy. Alright, so here's the thing. 1/8 inch pipe tap needs to go in right here. This little chamber, let me get a handy dandy pointer here. So this little chamber at the back of the case, this is where we're gonna drill and tap 1/8 inch pipe right there. We're gonna put a fitting of some sort, probably put an AN fitting in there. This is just for reference, for getting the threads right. And then that's going to be hooked to the puke tank, I guess?
Tank.
Puke tank. I don't know if it's a good thing to have like 3 puke tanks on your hot rod. That doesn't even make any sense. Why would you have puke tanks?
It's better than spewing all over the track.
That's true. It's like your car's version of like, if you're going to spew, you better
Spew into this.
Alright. First thing we need to do is knock a... I'm just going to put a little mark there. Hopefully it's in the right spot. Do a little pilot hole. Location. Alright, so it says on the tap, it's 1/8 inch national pipe taper. You need a 2164 drill bit. 2164. 2164.
It never fails.
Oh my gosh, 2164. Just so happy. It was already in the drill press. So let's just... Alright. Hopefully I won't mess this one up. Okay, so now we're just going to use this little jewel.
I'm the best.
Alright, so I just got to clean all this up. And then I can put the rear sprag in. But not before I take this thing that I just made. Not made. I just drilled some holes on this bracket right here. And I'm going to take this over to the Dave's, to the mill. Put it on the mill. And then increase the oil flow at this passage right here. So I'm going to mill that down 200 thousandths of an inch. So I'm going to go do that now. So I just messed up that part. I set it up on the mill and I was getting the machine set up and got distracted with text message, a series of text messages. And it's no excuse, but I forgot to lock down the head on the mill, and I started feeding the cross feed in to mill a pass through that oil passage, and it kind of moved over sideways, and it ended up cutting a chunk out of one of the ring lands, basically scrapped the part. So now I don't have any parts. I pulled this thing apart and found out that somebody had replaced the front pump with an earlier version. Didn't match the date code on the side of the transmission. So that messed me up first. So I didn't have the right stator to run with the billet drum. So that set me back a week. So I had to order the proper stator. I ordered 2 of them, thinking I'd probably need a spare at some point, and if they're getting harder to get, I wanted to make sure that I had enough. And one of them was damaged. You know, they're both rebuilt stators, and they're both in beautiful condition. All the surfaces have been refinished, and the bushing was replaced, and they're bead blasted, but one of them clearly had been dropped or something, and the ring land was busted on it. So that meant I was down to 1 stator, and that's the one I took to Dave's and screwed up on the mill. So now I'm back to square one. In hindsight, I probably should have sprung for one of John's complete pumps. The only reason why I didn't do it is because I thought, man, I got all the parts here. Why would I need to buy, a pump? Watching the videos, doing the pump setup seems pretty straightforward. And it definitely seemed like something I would tend to do by myself. And it would have been fine if I wouldn't have screwed up the part on the mill. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably buy another $100 part. Try and be more careful. That's gonna take me a whole nother week. So that'll put me 3 weeks behind because of the transmission. Building projects and stuff for all these years, and oftentimes things don't go right. I remember when I'd get frustrated like this, and I'd have to just set my tools down and take a walk, take an emotion lap, if you will. I'd jump in my truck and I'd run down the street to my dad's place. And my dad, he was an old hot rodder, and he couldn't even do it anymore because his body had completely failed him. He couldn't even hardly get around anymore. But he would still get excited about all this stuff, just watching me do it. And I could always go, I'd be like, hey Dad, I gotta swing by, man, I need to chat. And he'd always give me a pep talk. He was always like right there. He'd give me a pep talk in a way that didn't make me feel like an idiot. it seemed like it never really mattered what the subject was. It could be, you know, having trouble with a hot rod, or having trouble with my kids, or something I was building in the backyard. Seems like he always had good words of advice. It's tough when you don't have that anymore. I miss it. I miss it. Alright. Enough of this BSing around. Okay. Here's the thing. So it's not the end of the world. I'm going to have to order some more parts. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. And I can't sit around and waste time anymore. So I need to move on to another job. So I thought I'd go ahead and I blew out the case. I got all the shavings and stuff cleaned out of it from the drilling modifications that we did. Next thing we need to do is bolt in a fresh sprag. It is the 16 element drag sprag, is what it is. Hey baby.
Hi. You want a coat and shit?
Oh, well, I would love you a long time. Want me to go get some steaks from the butcher?
Not you all
It's a total treat to run down to the local butcher and get some local raised grass-fed beef. Oh, get some ribeyes down there. They're super expensive, but man, it's such a fun treat. It's kind of fun. Ash and I get a little bit of time alone these days. It's kind of weird after all these years, you know. Now the kids are off doing their own things. It's like, oh shoot, what do we do now? Forgot what it was like. Have all that alone time. So I guess that'll be our date night tonight. Do a little bit of transmission work here. Barbecue some ribeyes. Oh. Maybe I'll record some of that. Okay. That. So I'm going to tighten these up. Each one of them a little at a time. So that way it draws it in evenly. John's got a whole video of this on his YouTube channel. How to install these sprags.
protein, creatine, collagen, milk, cocoa powder, cashews, chia seeds, all that. That's it.
Thank you. You want to go on a date to the butcher? You can feel it when it draws down tight. In the case, it just stops. Bolts just stop moving. You gotta be careful though, they're only quarter 28s. They're not very heavy duty. And then you look at this side and you can see I'm supposed to push it all in there. Maybe you can look in there, have a peek. You can see it. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do is pull these bolts out. Pull out. Got the gear. The reverse put in it. Okay, so look at that. We have this. So this is my old roller bearing rear support where they take a production aluminum rear support and put a needle bearing in it. Now we have this one that has a big fat roller bearing. You can also tell that, you know, I mean that's 3/16 billet steel right there. What that's going to do is this unit is going to tie that sprag into the case even better. This is like a giant locating washer that goes on the back side. Oh, the other thing I need to do is I need to put the set screw in the bottom of the sprag. I've had so many problems with this rear support over the years. Turning up. It's gonna be fun to have some bulletproof piece in there that I don't have to worry about anymore.
It's a silly little thing.
since that rear support's now seated, it's seated into the case nice. Drew up nice and tight. It's really cool because the thickness of the washer, the thickness of this flange, and the thickness of the sprag, when all those components are all mated up to each other, the bolt is flush with this side of the sprag. It's a good indicator that everything's lined up in there nice. Alright, more of these. Alright, let me go help Ash. Thanks for watching. We appreciate all you guys and gals.